Escrow Out Loud is a weekly podcast about San Francisco real estate from the Jackson Fuller team, San Francisco Realtors since 2002. Show notes with links are at jacksonfuller.com.
Hey, Matt.
Hi, Britton.
Hey, I am going to follow up on our last episode where we had a bunch of clues to help people try to guess a neighborhood.
That was so much fun.
And just a brief refresher, Gavin Newsom's ex-wife, who is now dating Donald Trump Jr., used to live there. Danielle Steele lives there in a house that takes up almost an entire half a city block. Houses are really expensive. And I'm going to guess Pacific Heights.
Ding, 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 ding. You are correct, Britton Jackson. The neighborhood we were talking about in last week's episode was Pacific Heights.
And Mrs. Doubtfire lived there.
As well as being home to both Alta Plaza Park and Lafayette Park. All right, onwards. We got a lot of great feedback on that one, so how about we do it again?
Let's do it again.
Okay, but I'm feeling crazy today. How about you try and stump me?
All right, so I'm going to give you a bunch of clues about a neighborhood, and we'll do the same thing. Try to guess. So, clue number one. One of the oldest bars in San Francisco is in this neighborhood. It's the Little Shamrock, and it opened around 1890, and it smells like it.
I feel like you're kind of dropping something there with Little Shamrock, because that's not sounding like the Barbary Coast, but I don't know.
No, it's a fun little place, the Little Shamrock, and I only made the joke about the smell because, at the end of the night, people have spilled beer on the floor.
I joke because we love each other.
Exactly. Here's a culinary hint about this neighborhood.
It sounds delicious already.
Some say the best chicken wings in the city come from this neighborhood. Not buffalo wings, but Chinese chicken wings.
So are we talking about San Tung?
We are. You knew what I was talking about.
Could we stop this podcast for some food?
It's about lunchtime. So it's a neighborhood with not a single park within its boundaries.
Whoa. San Francisco is known for its abundance of parks, outdoor space, having more dogs than children. And you're telling me this neighborhood has 0 parks within its boundaries.
0 parks within its boundaries. However, it's super duper duper close to Golden Gate Park and to Grandview Park. And on a much smaller scale, J.P. Murphy Playground.
Those are some fine parks and playgrounds.
They are. Absolutely. So, there are just no parks within the boundaries of this neighborhood.
I guess that's not a bad consolation prize.
Yeah. Golden Gate Park. It's not a bad park.
Since there is no neighborhood that's actually in Golden Gate Park, or Golden Gate Park is actually not in any neighborhood, it's its own.
Exactly.
So.
One thing that you can do if you're exploring this neighborhood is you can have a seat in public. The Public Bench Project started here.
I know that guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He is. He's got great dogs, too.
He does.
Yeah.
Foxy.
All right. The Public Bench Project is cool. And they're painted in various styles.
So, let's tell our listeners about the Public Bench Project.
Quickly.
He paints, people can request them, and he'll paint them, and he puts them in certain places around the neighborhood on sidewalks and by the...
And he doesn't just paint them, he makes them and paints them.
Right.
Yeah. Whole 9 yards.
Yep. Cool.
So cool. The commons, the common good.
Exactly.
There are a lot of kind of very enthusiastic and public-oriented things in this neighborhood, if it's the neighborhood I'm thinking you're thinking of. But we'll find out.
We'll find out. A well-known worker-owned bakery cooperative opened their first location in San Francisco in this neighborhood.
A well-known worker-owned bakery cooperative. Only I love that our city would have a business that you could describe just like that.
It's a worker-owned co-op.
And you know what? It is also delicious.
It is.
I love me some Arizmendis.
Such good food. This neighborhood used to have a very famous video rental store.
Wait, well, what are those?
Exactly. This much beloved video store closed several years ago. And you would think, oh, did it become a restaurant or a coffee place? Or no, it became a bookstore. I love that.
From videos to books, like we're sliding backwards in time here.
Exactly.
It was, I'm thinking the video store we're talking about was Le Video.
Everybody loved Le Video.
Yeah.
Be kind and don't forget to rewind.
What's rewind?
Exactly. Next clue. World-class scientific discoveries and trend-setting public health policy research comes from an institution that also happens to be the neighborhood's largest employer.
Yeah, secondhand smoke and all of the changes that led to in public policy, like not smoking on airplanes and in restaurants and everywhere else, that came from this institution. I'm pretty sure we're talking about UCSF.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously quite an influential institution. From this neighborhood, you can leave your car at home because it'd be quicker to just go on foot to the Japanese Tea Garden, the Conservatory of Flowers, the DeYoung Museum, the California Academy of Sciences, or the Bison Paddock.
I love the bison. There's something about it. We both know I love to run. And every time I go running past the bison, I can't help but smile because I'm like, I am in a major San Francisco city and I'm like running past bison. It's cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah. So there's a few neighborhoods that are close to those things. So that definitely narrows it down. And those are just a few of the many awesome things in Golden Gate Park.
It's a true story. Do you know which is the most heavily used Muni line?
Are we talking, I'm going to guess 38 Geary if we're talking bus line. Are we talking bus line?
Light rail.
Light rail. Ooh. In Judah.
You are correct. That is the streetcar line that serves this neighborhood.
All right, then.
And your last clue is within the bounds of this neighborhood, you'll find the very first Chinese immersion public school in the country. It's a K-8 school. Very first public school serving Chinese immersion, serving grades K-8.
I believe we are talking about the Alice Fong Yu School, part of the San Francisco Unified School District.
We are.
All right. So
these are some good clues. I think most people should be able to figure this one out.
Right. So we're not going to leave our listeners hanging. You're going to let me guess now, right?
No.
All right. Then I guess they have no choice but to leave us a 5-star review because this is a whole lot of fun for us and them. And tune in for the next episode where I'm finally going to get a guess what neighborhood Britton has been talking about. See you next time.
Adios.
Escrow Out Loud is a weekly podcast about San Francisco real estate from the Jackson Fuller team, San Francisco Realtors since 2002. Show notes with links are at jacksonfuller.com.